Spread greetings among yourselves. Hello, Mommy. Hello, my dear daughter. Merve's mother was growing vegetables in their garden. She enjoyed waking up early before anyone else and working in the garden. That morning, she was hoeing the red tomatoes again. Merve cheerfully called out, "Hello to you too, red tomatoes." Merve was very happy that day because she was going to the amusement park with her classmates. That's why she was saying hello to everyone she saw, even to the tomatoes. She had been talking about this day with her friends for a week. She had woken up early in the morning, packed a few things in her backpack, and was already ready to go to school. Who knew how much fun she and her friends would have? With this excitement, she set off for school. When she arrived at the schoolyard, she found her friends gathered together, waiting excitedly. Some of them were going to an amusement park for the first time. Merve was lucky. This would be her second time. "Good morning, friends," she called out as she entered the schoolyard. Her friends responded in unison, "Good morning." Once all the students had arrived, they set off for the amusement park, which they had been planning for weeks. After a short journey, they arrived. They all got off the bus and lined up. Their teacher, Mrs. Nevin, checked the entire class before they entered the amusement park. The smell of popcorn filled the air. Children's laughter echoed everywhere. As the students curiously examined the rides, they were greeted with a pleasant surprise. A red-nosed clown was handing out colorful windmills to everyone. In his funny voice, he greeted them. "Welcome, children." First, they lined up for the spinning skirt ride. Their teacher had paired them up into groups of 2. When the big skirt started spinning, all the children screamed with excitement. When they got off the spinning skirt, everyone started talking about how brave they had been or how scared they had felt. Next was the Ferris wheel. All the children eagerly waited for their turn. Merve clapped her hands with joy as she looked up at the highest point of the Ferris wheel. "This is amazing, friends. We will be closer to the sun." Her words made her friends laugh. The children safely got into the Ferris wheel, which resembled a giant wheel. As it slowly rose, they watched the world below. Although they weren't exactly closer to the sun, they were quite high up. Merve stretched her hands in the air as if she could touch the clouds. Just then, she noticed a curly-haired girl sitting next to her. This girl, who didn't smile much, was the new student in their class. "Are you scared?" Merve asked. "A little," the girl replied. "You seem a little sad. Is something wrong?" "Everyone has a close friend with them. It's a little boring to have fun alone." Merve felt sad hearing this. "Then shall we be friends?" she asked. "My name is Merve." "My name is Emma." They enjoyed the Ferris wheel a lot because, thanks to it, they had met each other and had seen everything from a bird's-eye view. From up high, everything below looked so small. Although the amusement park was very crowded and noisy, everyone was happy. Now Emma was smiling too because she had found a cheerful new friend. Afterwards, they got permission from their teacher and ran to the bumper cars. A little later, their teacher, Mrs. Nevin, called out to all the children. "It's lunchtime, kids. Come gather around." They all went to the picnic tables. Everyone found a seat and sat down. Merve and Emma sat next to each other. They were very hungry and quickly took out their food. Just as Merve was about to take a big bite of her sandwich, she heard a sound. She turned her head toward the sound, and her eyes widened in surprise. A tiny kitten was calling out to her. "Meow, meow." The kitten looked so cute. "Hello, little kitty," said Emma, breaking off a piece of her bread and giving it to the kitten. The kitten ate the bread happily while Merve and Emma got up from their seats. By then, no one else was left at the table. Everyone had quickly finished their food and returned to the rides. Merve wanted to introduce Emma to her other classmates. After all, they were all in the same class, but since they hadn't spent time together, they didn't know each other well. This offer made Emma happy. Merve walked ahead and Emma followed behind her, but there was something they didn't notice. The tiny kitten was also following them. Merve excitedly called out to her friends. "Friends, look who I brought for you." Meeting her other classmates made Emine very happy. Now, she wouldn't wait for someone else to help her make friends. She had learned that greeting people and smiling were enough to meet new friends. The windmill the clown had given her wasn't spinning because there was no wind. Merve tried to make it spin by blowing on it. Woos woo-oh, woo-oh. But since her breath wasn't strong enough, she had to blow with all her might. That made her eyes widen and her face contorted into funny expressions. Emine laughed out loud at her friend's silly looks. If you want, you can put the windmill in your garden or in a flower pot on your balcony, said Mrs. Nevin. It will spin whenever the wind blows, just like the Ferris wheel. That way, you won't have to work so hard to spin it. You're right, teacher. I must look like the clown, don't I? All I'm missing is a big red nose, Merve said, laughing. Finally, the day came to an end. The children happily but tiredly returned home. At dinner, Merve excitedly told her parents about the clown, the Ferris wheel, and the carousel. But she talked most about Emine and how they had become friends. Her father smiled at her and said, "Well done, my dear. Without realizing it, you helped your new friends so much. Did you know that you also lived and taught one of our prophet's teachings?" "What do you mean, Daddy?" Merve asked, surprised. "The prophet, whom we take as an example, once said, 'Spread greetings among yourselves.' He taught us the importance of greeting others. Greetings create sincere feelings among people and help them talk with love and respect." "Daddy, you're absolutely right. After I greeted Emine and became friends with her, she became much happier. Now she also says hello or good evening to others. That means you set a great example for your friend. Saying greetings like hello, peace be upon you, or good day to people around us, and asking how they are is a beautiful behavior." Merve was happy because she had done something good without even realizing it. She had learned an important lesson by living it. Her mother curiously asked, "So, my sweet girl, what else happened? Tell us more." Just as Merve was about to answer, they heard a sound. Meow. Merve panicked a little. She didn't know what to do. Her parents, looking surprised, walked toward the sound. Merve had put the tiny kitten that followed her at the amusement park into her bag and brought it home. She wasn't sure how her parents would react, so she hesitated. Actually, I was going to tell you about this." The kitten didn't seem to stop meowing. "Look, the kitten is greeting you," Merve said with a sweet voice. Her words made her parents laugh. They were a little upset that she had brought the kitten home without asking, but they also found it adorable. When the kitten meowed again, Merve said, "And peace be upon you, little kitty. Okay, I'll bring your food right away." She ran and brought a bowl of milk. The kitten must have been very hungry because it started drinking right away. This made everyone at home smile. Merve had planted the windmill from the amusement park into a flower pot on the balcony. That evening, there was a light breeze. It was just enough to make the windmill spin. Under the balcony light, the windmill looked even brighter. Merve watched it in admiration.